this is the rec team curriculum for December. This is the second part. So for warm-ups that we usually do every day with the rec team or for every lesson plan, we're changing a couple of things. So on beam, some things stay the same, some things are changing. The things that are changing is that we are going to do passe on releve and then go into a quarter turn. We're doing that 10 times, and then we're doing the same exact thing, but we're doing a half turn. Now I have a hula hoop, so I'm just going to show how they're going to do it with a hula hoop. They're going to step into that lunge as far as footing position, with holding the hoop with one hand and then the other one to the side. And when they're turning, they're going to circle it. So they're going to close their hands or just put their hand on the hoop. So they're starting like this. They'll do this 10 times. And then they're going to do the quarter turn 10 times. And then they're going to do their half turn. They're going to go up, grab the hoop, and do the half turn. So make sure that you provide these. So for the first circuit here, we're going to use the beam, but not in the traditional way. Here, they're going to just lay down on their back. They're going to put their feet on the beam, and they're doing this 10 times. They're going to go up into a bridge, come down, make sure their shoulders touch, and they're going to come back again 10 times. After they're done with 10 times, make sure that they do either egg rolls or they could do this stretch. So they either do this, or they could just bring their feet over their head or bend their knees and just let their back relax a little bit. Give them like 10 seconds and then start the next drill afterwards. So after going up to the bridge 10 times, they're going to come up into a bridge and they're going to hold one leg up. Hold this for 10 seconds. When they're done, again, have them rock and roll, relax their back. They're coming back up, and then what they're doing is they're just rock and roll. They're just, not rock, sorry. They're just rocking back and forth. Then they relax again, and then they're doing the same thing with one leg up. So they're rocking back, forward, back, relax. Afterwards, you're going to put this blue mat on top of the beam.
Yeah.
So after you put the blue mat on top of the beam, what they're going to do, they're going to work on their back bends. So these are the few things that you want to make sure before they do the back bend. They don't start from here. Let me just say the things that they should do. Little baby straddle. Legs stay straight the whole time they're going down. They will bend eventually as they go. Just make sure that they're staying straight. Arms are up. They're stretching up tall. The arching is not from the back, it's from the shoulders. So they're stretching up. And what I like to do is tell them to trace the ceiling and then trace the wall, and then they're going to come back down. I'm old and rusty, I don't want to break my back, but make sure that they're spaced enough or like away from the beam where their hands actually land on top. Once they do that, go first do it one by one and then let them work by themselves 5 times. So once they're in that bridge, you're just going to rock them 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then work on coming back up. So that's what we're working on, doing a back bend and coming back up. Hey, so this is the second circuit. See if you can put the crash mat like a little bit right after this line over here, especially for the tall girls. You don't want their toes hitting that blue wooden board over there. So what they're doing is the arms up, palms facing the ceiling. They're doing a back roll with straight arms into a push-up. Their feet are going to land on those 2 mats. And hopefully, as they progress, we're going to raise it higher and higher, and then we'll have a handstand. So, okay, and then they land on top. Then they're going to come here, and they're going to do their pullover. So here what we're trying to do, we're trying to connect at least 3 skills together. Those that can't do a pullover and cast right away, don't do a back hip circle with them. Just have them do a pullover cast, and that's it. And then position them, and then bring them around. Those that can combine that pullover cast, make them go for that back hip circle, because they are ready for that. And if their casts are good. So essentially,
is this the spotted station?
This is the spotted station. So this is what it should look like. So they're going to their pullover. Look how I'm starting. Up, cast, back hip circle. If they do a pullover, and then they come up, and then they take their time, and then they do the cast. Just have them work on the casts and then stop and do the vacuum circle. Here, they're holding the bar, make sure their feet are right under it. Feet are under it, hips are as far away as they can bring them. Here they're going to jump and hook their feet on the bar and just swing. They're not letting go, so don't have them jump forward. They're holding onto the wall the whole time. Now, they need to work on trying to hook their feet before their hips goes over the bar. So this is what it should look like. They're going to push back, hook their feet, my hips go over, my arms stay straight. Those that cannot hook their feet, or they don't even understand the mechanism of pushing backwards and then hooking on, have them work on doing this. Keeping the arms straight, feet under, just pushing back with their feet like this. Push back, pike. Push back, pike. Push back, pike. And then they can start opening up to a straddle and lifting their feet up a little higher. Push back, feet up. Push up, feet up. Yep. So here they're kind of, so let me just explain how I set this up. I sandwiched the crash mat between this purple mat over here. So I kind of sandwiched it between that purple mat. Then I put this tumble check cushion on top of it. And I put a cheese mat, folded it in the square and put it under it. So what they're doing here, they're coming up like this, holding the bar. And they're going to jump on top of the bar in a straddle, keeping their legs straight, arms straight, and falling back. So they're jumping up, straight legs, fall back, down. Here.
Maybe try it before having the kids do it, just to make sure it's set up properly.
Here, they're going to put their hands on this bar, feet on the parallel bars, and what they're doing is they're just bringing their feet closer to the edge of the parallel bar and away. Closer to the parallel bar and away. So this is eventually for them to get comfortable with casting and then putting their feet on the bar, doing that under swing, doing that straddle, soul circle, dismount. So this is what they're working here. So this is the lesson for December.